Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to our live stream here on Friday. International Master William Paschall. We are doing 5+3 casual challenges with all comers. Essentially, no favoritism toward the subscribers here. Good evening. You studied the Amazon attack today, like Stockfish Level 1 suggested yesterday. I see. Okay, no, Amazon attack, Queen D3. What's up, Clash Kid, Astrobait, JCS? JCS, thanks for filling in as our moderator while Soltigo attempts to recover. We've got Fast Friday, that's the theme of the day, so it's unusual opening stream. I don't know why I'm still in this tournament here. Check it out. Sparkle Horse on lichess and Sladgie on Twitch. Thanks, guys, for subscribing. We're going to take all open challenges 5+3 casual today. Got somebody who invited me to a study. That's not a challenge. That is a weird message. But those guys, oh my god, their play was unbelievable. You're talking about Scrabble? 20 years ago, I was Scrabble internet player. Like, literally Scrabble, Astrobate, or like that Yahoo Games version of Scrabble. Just yesterday, I read an account of the computer-assisted play in Internet Scrabble. Scary. Nils is up first. Guys, open challenges casual 5+3. We're playing Nils. And I've been playing the Nimzo primarily against him, but I get a little bit bored of doing the same stuff every game. So welcome again to our subscribers, Clash Kid, Astrobate, JCS. Clash Kid is also the bit leader for the week at 947. Thanks for that, Clash. But let's throw something out there against Nils to maybe try to get him off his game a little bit here. The Budapest Gambit. It's usually something I play on Wednesdays. Weird opening stream. So bishop f4. Here I'm supposed to play knight c6. I do play this for white. g5 I don't really believe in. The Mamedyarov and others have attempted and successfully played that. I'm just going to play this. Astrobate said OMG. Oh my god. Okay, so knight d2. Knight c3 is the other main line, as played by Nils' countryman Loke van Veli, who I saw a couple years ago, last in Prague. Nice guy. But anyways, knight on bd2. Now that's something I played myself here. Queen e7. This is normal, right? I'm so not used to playing the black side of the Budapest Gambit. I forget what I'm doing sometimes. Alright guys, open challenges. You don't have to be a subscriber to play today. Once I lost an over-the-board blitz game against my friend Jim Mullen. Blundered mate in one there. Be careful. Don't do that. So we're in a variation that I've played myself with white many times. This is a very good choice. I think this was featured in Short versus Karpov. Or reversed, I should say. Karpov versus Short. They had a candidates match many, many years ago. I don't know if... And actually, one of our regulars, one of our subscribers, how come he has 5 minutes left? And I have just 3. One of our regulars, Morales, actually plays this for black. But he tries to castle queenside. Doesn't seem like a great idea. Trying to castle queenside in these lines. Nils has played perfectly, according to theory. Sometimes I think I try to do without a3, because it feels like it's not such a constructive move for white. Everyone's welcome to play. So JCS says G5 on move 4. Complicated, but definitely better for white. Yep. We had some good games of that here on the stream. Maybe. I don't remember who it was against, but I definitely beat someone on stream who played and used G5. The built-in dictionary. Exactly. You just have to trust the dictionary. A lot of trust involved in internet Scrabble. Bishop E2. Here we go. So, yeah, I mean A3. I agree. It seems like a waste of time. That's the way I always felt. Back in the day, I think I had this position against this is like me versus the chess master. Chess master, what version? I don't remember. One of the many versions of Chess Master for PC used to have a repertoire where it would play like the last version I think I ever had would play the Budapest with black plus 2000 in Word Feud. Well, Mule Skinner says he's an IM in Word Feud. Some sort of online word game. It's impressive. Just talking about you, Mule Skinner, based on your Budapest Gambit skills. I think I saw Uncle Yermo play this with black, which I thought was a weird choice back in the day. Normally a guy who plays kind of correct openings. The Budapest always had a rather slightly incorrect connotation to it, I think. A5 if I play like the engine, the old chess master, would sometimes seek to get counterplay on the queen side with the A5 or just trade pawns. Could try to shut him down with C5, I guess. There's some risk involved with this, but I don't think it's that serious because this one weakness is easy to cover. We're trying to just freeze this play for that bishop and the rook. The cost of having a backward pawn. The rook C1 is a move I probably played myself against Chess Master. I lost to what's up, Percy Hepworth? I lost to my first blindfold game of tic-tac-toe yesterday against Alexa. I was joking with Acerbate about this. I just, you'd think I'd be good at it, but I've never played blindfold tic-tac-toe. You know, there's 9 squares, so it's pretty difficult. And for some reason in my mind, I blacked out on whether it was the right center or the right bottom square that Alexa hadn't put a something on, and it's funny. And I just blundered. I blundered in tic-tac-toe and like lost. It was embarrassing. Uh-oh, maybe this is... this move's alright. Actually. JCS, why are you saying C5? No, tic-tac-toe has just 9 squares. That's like Connect 4 or something, Clash Kid. Wait, what are you playing? The larger tic-tac-toe. I was like, Alexa, center right. It was like, center right is not an option. I said, alright. Center left. It was like, bottom right. Alexa wins. Would you like to play another game? It's really pathetic. I need to brush up on my tic-tac-toe skills. But welcome, guys, to my stream. I guess we're playing F6 here. We're building a wall of dark squared pawns, basically. You refuse to believe that c5 is correct. I'm not saying it's correct. I'm not sure what I believe. My move's risky. Nils is playing like Juan possessed. This guy is like 1700, but he plays way better in the opening. He plays like a grandmaster. I think, he plays really, really well in the opening stage. Almost flawlessly. Natural. He's an opening talent, a natural opening talent. Alright, what do we do? Be careful. I guess I should take with the bishop. I have a bad feeling about this. There's like a tactic for white. Man, I didn't think that would cost me so immediately. A rook takes. Phew, that was close. Close to losing material here because of bishop c4. JCS, believe, stick with your beliefs. If you don't believe c5 is correct, you're probably right. You've got to believe in what you believe in and stick to your guns. I didn't like playing c5 either, but I thought that I've seen this done in similar situations. So bishop takes e5, rook takes e5. And I don't get pinned. Wow, this is classic undermining of my pawn chain. Should I take with a rook or with a bishop? No clue. White is slightly better. Played a perfect strategic game. 0 cent upon loss. I need to be careful here. How about this endgame? Magnus Carlsen against Gelfand, according to Merrill Dixon. But you're not allowed to go to attack my pawn. So I have a protected passed pawn. He's offering a draw. But I can play e4 now. Is that even a good move? Probably not the safest move. So if I go away and he goes king d5, king c6, it's like c4, king takes pawn, c3, king moves, c2, pawn push, c1 queen, pawn push. So we can let him in there, but I don't want to lose my e5 pawn. It looks like it's going to be impossible to win. I can't wait to see like the Centipon loss here. I mean, maybe he missed a tactic. Played really, really well. My opening is kind of sketchy. Let's see. Where we left book. Very professional game by white. Alright. This is theory. This is kind of like a main line. Let's see if my c5 move exists. Main line. Main line. He's very well prepared. Wow, it looks like at one point I was better. So the main line for white is c5, which is a move I remember seeing in an encyclopedia. Or Informador 20 years ago. So c5 is a new move. I left book with this move. Dubious. You have to play the knight back to d7, apparently. Which is passive. So JCS doesn't like my move. I was apparently winning at one point. Wow. So I was winning at one point. He was almost winning at one point here. Anyway. He should have taken on e5 first. Ah. This poses serious problems. Then I'm losing the pawn on d5 and I can't recapture. So this was a blunder. Somehow I was winning, which I don't fully understand. So I'm just winning here? What does it want me to play? I'm gonna turn off the engine. Sorry, it probably froze the stream already. Magnus Carlsen would find Queen A4 here. I didn't have the time. No, his openings are always like great, unbelievable, good opening play. Budapest is refuted. Well, I played the same line with white. Alright, let's go on to Mule Skinner, Clash Kid. We've got a number of challenges. Guys, just hold on for a second. I need to check something off stream. Okay guys, we're back. So, sorry for the interruption, but I'm waiting for something at the door. Okay, let's get started. Mule Skinner is white. I'm black, excuse me. I'm white. I'm white, you're black. Anyway guys, thank you for tuning into my stream. We're going to take all the open challenges we can get, 5+3. The Rachmanov attack. He just doesn't care. He doesn't play e4. So we'll transpose. Oh, he plays f5. I forgot. Reverse Grand Prix. We've been here before. Though I don't remember exactly what happened in our previous games. In this position? Have we played this position, Mule Skinner? This is a famous position for me. I dropped a piece in 6 moves in a tournament game here. My opponent played d6. I was already 2300 when this game took place with white. He played d6. I thought for 5 minutes and then dropped my knight with the move e3. I sat there after the move d6 and literally was debating whether to develop my bishop to e2 or develop it to g2. Just hung my knight on g5. I have no idea what I was thinking. It was like ridiculous. Alright. So knight f6 is a common move. My opponent's move d6 was pretty unusual, actually, blocking in his bishop on f8. But I think the position had been reached by a different order of moves. Perhaps we played this before, I don't recall. Maybe I should play rook c1 there. Something like queen c2 isn't possible. Yeah, maybe rook c1. I don't think the Benko is refuted, Nils. That's kind of a fallacy, dude. It's a positional gambit. It's not like the Budapest. I mean... But I'm not sure about this. Maybe I should really take time out to play rook c1. I don't think there's a grandmaster in the world would like claim that the Benko gambit is refuted. That's like absurd. Alright, bishop takes f6. Should I save my pawn structure or not? Maybe it's worth it. I'm taking the time to preserve my pawn structure. Does Carlsen play the Benko? I didn't really think about it. I guess Carlsen plays pretty much everything under the sun. So I decided to keep this structure. He had the option to double my pawns. I didn't let it happen. Wonder if I should go for c5 now. Like c5, d5. I'm not sure I really like that. So I prefer development. Blue-eyed albino, what's up? Blue-eye albino. He played it in a rapid game against Gelfand. Okay. Carlsen can probably play almost any opening that's relatively sound. And his skills would just, gotta eat dinner. Okay, weird to hear, you know, that people are eating dinner. I'm hungry. I didn't have my lunch yet. Alright, d5. Ciao. Take care, Nils. Enjoy your dinner. So cd, or should I play like queen b3? Another question is, should I play h4? And if so, what am I going to do with my king? He's going to have strong counterplay. I just traded off my knight in f4. I'm not sure if I should have done that. Strange bird noise outside. So this f4, very good strategically. I will play chess for food. Yes. Should have had my lunch, but I forgot. I was kind of thinking about other stuff. but I can survive a couple hours. I had a couple grapes and a mandarin, so it's a snack. It's not bad. Healthy fruit snack. Alright, rook takes c3, and now this pawn is hanging, so he really should defend it. We have control of the c-file. And this bird, you guys hear that bird? It's really annoying. That is also annoying. Black trying to hurt me on the f-file. Not thrilled with that. This bird is very insistent on destroying my stream. It's too small for a hawk. We do have hawks here. Bird is the word. Now, we have a lot of hawks, actually, where I'm at right now, but this one is too small, I think. The hawk is louder. It might be like some form of a small relative. Baby hawk. No, I think it's some other smaller bird. It's just really aggressive. I want to like bang on the window. Bird, shut up. I'm streaming now. You're like 1-4 against the bird. Yeah, they're hawks. They fly down out of the sky and pick up little bunnies and stuff. Yeah, kind of live by the sword, die by the sword here. Rook c8. Dude. Do you know where your king is? I'm castling queenside. How about you? No, maybe I'll just not castle at all. Prophylactic measures taken on the king side with g3. Now, this is a French, basically, a French structure where the king can go to d2. And I feel I'm safer here. He might have some kind of f4 with a rook sacrifice, but I'm not going to concern myself about that right now. The least of my worries is some crazy rook sacrifice. Hawky the hawk. Hawky the g4 hawk. Yeah, we need a new a new mascot with Panda in Hungary. The pandas are here. Hello, I'm Macro Panda. Hello, I'm the Micro Panda. So these are our replacements, as you know. Alright, so here we are, having fun with Mule Skinner, frustrating his kingside ambitions while trying to pursue our own agenda on the queen side. King takes c3, good idea. Actually, I said Mule Skinner was playing the Budapest before, but I meant Morales. Did I say Mule Skinner was playing? I don't know. I think I did say Morales. But then I'm thinking I said Mule Skinner. No. I know the difference. Even though you're about the same rating and living in the same country, I get them confused. I don't know why. Alright, so Queen a5. How about an endgame? You don't care about your a7 pawn, right? You don't want that. I'll help myself to that. How you doing? Better king for the endgame? Pawns on the right color? Control of the c-file? What do you guys think? We got something? Move 18. I'm on point for all challengers. We've got Clash Kid, Nefedov, Morales. Mostly subscribers now. Ah, so he's got a little trap for me. Alright, we're not going to worry about that. But he forgot. The bird is the word. Invasion on the 7th rank. Totally decisive. It was just a time pressure meltdown. I don't know where all the time went. Optimal king position. Okay, it's not going to win itself. Can we weasel our way in there? weasel. The garden weasel. This is like my 7th grade science teacher called me the weasel. Do you think that's good? To call one of your students a weasel? This is a professional teacher. There's no way you're getting through on the king side. Mr. David. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. There's someone at the door. Okay, guys, we're back to work here. Next game, Clash Kid is up. 5+3, standard casual. Is everybody challenging me to casual? They killed me. Puffer fish. This is our puffer fish. Our other mascot. This is, hello. Would you like a bite? No, this puffer fish is a dinosaur. Alright, so, what's up, guys? Clash Kid, thank you for the donations this week. He donated 947 to the stream. Dim with 700. Merle Dixon with 200. I'm bird hunting. No, I had to answer the door. Very important. Knight F3 here. We've got Sicilian-ish. We can play what we want today. Wednesdays I do unusual openings. That was our last Blitz stream. I'm alive. Classical Sicilian. We've been getting this a lot lately. What is with you guys in playing this G3 in the Sicilian? It's starting to... Did we have this before, Clash Kid? Alright, what are we going to do? I'm going to play the E6 today. We didn't do this last time. Play the E6. I oftentimes play the fianchetto system with G6. I mean, I'm saying I play the dragon. He's playing the fianchetto system against the Sicilian. What I'm trying to say is I often fianchetto my bishop on G7. So this is our main thing. But I also like to play the Scheveningen, or I used to play the Scheveningen, so it makes some sense here. Probably Clash Kid there could play like Knight B5, Queen B8, Bishop F4, which is a game I had, or Bishop G5 actually. I think Ribley did a series on this in the Encyclopedia of Chess Openings years ago, monograph. F4, something different. Wow, that's pretty aggressive. F4 straight away. Wow, very aggressive. F4. Basically a Skaveningen. If G4, I can take on D4 and play E5. So he can't just go G4. We Jew in the G3 line. Quite popular. The theory recommends transposition to the G3 dragon. It's safer for the king side. I mean, I think that's the main thing. You know, when you have a choice between D6 and G6, I mean E6 and G6 here, the kingside fianchetto structure is a little safer for the black king, but that doesn't mean that it's easier to like win or the positions are easier. Spectacular Camel, what's up? Uptime is the question. So King H1. So now we have like kind of more or less something pretty typical for I would say the Skaveningen, which I know I pronounce wrong. It's one of those things. Whenever you say Skaveningen, it's like Raphael Latau. Every time I try to say it, it's always wrong. I can just keep trying, but they'll tell me I pronounced it wrong. Okay, knight on c to e2 now. This is kind of an unusual move in the Skaveningen setup. You would see something more typically like a4, maybe knight b3, keeping the pieces on the board that way. But here, knight on c to e2. Okay, what are we gonna do? We ought to get the rook off the long diagonal, I guess. What's he trying to do, really? Replace his knight with another knight? Just play rook b8. Not clear if this rook should go to b8 or c8. Shenanigan. If you say Skaveningen 3 times in a row, something bad happens. Okay, well that's only twice. That sounds like some kind of horror movie, Antonio. Alright, rook on ab8. I made a decision to go here to b8. It's not clear if this is the better square or here. Sometimes Kasparov in the in the black side of the Skaveningen would play like bishop back to c8 later on, bishop back to b7, positions where the knight has to retreat back to d7. So c3. I don't really know what to do here. He's not taking too many risks. Got our b5. Classic minority attack on the queen side. I confused it with Bloody Mary. Okay, well this is a movie that I have not seen. Now, the knight a5 maneuver would reduce my control in the center, which is always an issue. Gotta be really careful about that. But it's probably something I could think about. Because bishop would end up just going back to c1 in that case. Alright, so rook e8. I'm a little concerned about f7 becoming a weakness. Man. But basically Clash Kid isn't really doing anything. Typically you'd see white maybe trying to be a bit more aggressive. But he's just kind of hanging out. Now he might have a problem though. The e4 pawn, what's he gonna do? Yeah, it looks like he screwed up. He just screwed up. He had to play like a different order of moves if he wanted to make this exchange. Now he's gonna just lose the central pawn. That was bad. Very bad. Should have played h3 and g4 already, and then maybe put the knight to g3. Oops is definitely in order. Spectacular Camel, welcome. Asterbait, thank you for the 1-bit donation. The 1-bit club. Clash Kid, Dim, and Merle Dixon lead the way, and Pearl Hepworth, Fish Rat Cow, Zen Chess with 42, Weiss Monsters, Mr. Coffee, Spectacular Camel now with 6, and Emesis with 5. Guys, thank you for supporting the stream. You can also send a donation directly through PayPal if you want to support the stream. Even just $5 or $10 a year would be awesome. Bishop takes e4, winning a pawn. And now do we trade queens or not? If I trade queens, he has knight to c6 at the end of the day. I'm not sure I'm really happy about that. So I think we're going to take with a knight. And then try to stop any kind of aggression by white here. And I want to see f5 happen. And then transfer my bishop to f6, I guess, or either way, through f8 to g7. Kingside defender. Alright, so we got to watch that. That's alright. And we do have e5 now. I mean, this might be a good way to break open the position. He can't play knight f3. He has no good bishop moves. Bishop... I mean, I guess he could play bishop c1 or something weird. Magnus versus Gelfand. Gelfand versus Magnus. Yesterday we had a submission for one of our games for analysis. Guys, don't forget Sunday I do a subscriber... not subscriber, but I do a simul where I take the subscribers and other players to 20 plus board simul on Sundays at 4:30 p.m. EDT. Alright, 4:30 p.m. EDT, Sunday simul, don't forget. Spectacular Camel. The message you have is from me, and it's not important right now. Alright, good to know. Good to know. Sometimes people send me hate mail. I assume it's not hate mail. I saw a lot of Adams attack as white against the Najdorf, early h3. That went through a super heavy popular trend like 10 years ago, or 5 years ago. I guess it wasn't that long now, but basically 5 years ago, a lot of h3 was being played. If you go back further than even rook g1 against the Najdorf was really super popular. I'm bailing out here with this move d5. I feel like it's a little inflexible, but we're just up a clear pawn. Can I join simul and how? Where should I click? So on Sunday, you just have to be here at 4:30, and you go to the simul area, page or whatever on lichess, whatever you want to call it. Got our minority attack, for better or for worse. I can break with b4, break up his pawn chain on the queen side. We're looking pretty good here. So he's trying to dissuade me from that now. Can probably prepare it a little bit more here with rook c8, and then ironically take his bad bishop. I guess I could also play some checks, try for some sort of tricks. Alright, that's a good move, huh? We're playing b4. Breaking the queen side. Alright, so we got a takes b4, a takes b4. Play simultaneous exhibition. Blue-Eyed Albino, you didn't play last time. Okay, I had this weird feeling for some reason that you played on Sunday, but I guess not. A takes b4, queen takes b4, and we just got a very good minority attack here. We're going to probably win a second pawn. Guess he can try to hang on to it, but not easy to do. Actually, maybe not the best. First I play rook b8, then I can play bishop takes e5, force him to worsen his structure, perhaps. In this position we do the exchange, but I mean, I don't have to. Let's do it, though. Alright, let's do it. Keep him tied down. I guess rook back to c8 isn't a bad move. Try to get the file. King g7, rook c4, maybe trade one set of rooks. Now his king is improving. I don't like that. I really don't like you doing that. You need to stop that right now. He's trading rooks. We'll keep him tied down. I don't care. The file is secondary. I don't want him getting any kind of freedom here. No, no, no. You're not allowed to do that. Absolutely not. Got to keep him tied down. So it's like g5, h5. He's got serious issues here. You can play h4. G5 and H4. Rook B4. This is winning. Rook here is a threat now. Sort of. Not really. We can worsen his pawn structure with H4. Slowly improve my king. Systematic. No, this just almost wins but doesn't. Now he's Rook C3. If Rook G4, he has Rook C3. Hanging on. Great. So how do I finish him off here? Maybe like bringing my king up. I was thinking Rook there. Okay, this is still good. I guess this is still good. Here. Now we just come down on the third. Invasion on the third rank. Oh no. That's not going to be enough counterplay. Should not be enough counterplay for white. Alright, he gave up now. Let's go on to the next game. Not an important message, apparently. Nefedov, Morales, HGG, Cash Maui, and Deep Bobby. Deep Bobby's challenged me to 4+2. That's a random time control. If you can just challenge me to 5+3. We're supposed to be playing 5+3 today. So the 4+2 a little bit missed the point. Deep Bobby. We try to mix it up here. Quite a few concepts you can answer. That could answer your question. What question? Masturbate. What? Sorry guys, I missed the question. So, Slav defense coming. Maybe a Grunfeld. Can I please join the Simon Hall? Alright, we got that question. Masturbate. When do you start planning where the pawns land and when the smoke clears? Right. Well, you want to have a better structure in terms of pawn islands. You know, I mean, that's the real thing that happened to Clash Kid there. You know, if you break it down, you see that I had the larger pawn island, and that I think lends itself to creating the consequences of the game, more or less. I'm going to try something different here with b3. Usually I play like c4. Double fianchetto. Kramnik has used double fianchetto type of setups. Now Nefedov's move order. b6 a little rare, but I guess there's nothing wrong with that. More common to play like c5. But I guess there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. Let's go c4. Black hasn't played c5 yet. So is he trapped here? I mean, is he going to lose a tempo of some sort? Like I can play bishop b7. He played c6, which is okay, but it's passive. Actually, Nefedov had another game like this not that long ago along the same lines. You could have played bishop b7 there, cd, bishop takes, and then it's a question of whether knight c3 is really a useful move for me or not. Copycat, but not quite a copycat, right? It's not exactly symmetrical. His version is more passive than mine, if you think about it. But how to go from here now? How to go from here? That's the question. I don't know, guys. Thanks for watching the stream, tuning in. We've got Fast Blitz, for me anyway, 5+3. Didn't have any coffee since the morning, so I'm not as awake as I would be for my evening streams when I've got a big coffee. But I think the adrenaline is kicking in. Man, what to do? Alright, I feel like I have to play d4. Because d3 is just too modest, really, for white to get anything. We essentially turned it into a Catalan. But I think a fairly good Catalan. I mean, there's something more passive about that. If you compare our pawn structures, everything's symmetrical, but that slight difference does make a serious difference. And it's like a tempo if he ever wants to play c5. So it should count. We're shellac. We count. Shellac. Funny band. But bishop b7. Anyone else a Steve Albini fan? Bishop b7, knight c3. I don't know. I mean, typically you want to put the knight, you know, to the more active square. But it's controversial because it actually blocks the bishop on b2. You treat your You treat your pawns like pawn does, dude. That's the thing. You gotta treat your pawns with respect. Show them butt first on the stream. Ponda is in Budapest. He's holding down the apartment by himself. Knight bd7 now. Okay, we need a plan, and I think that we should probably play for e4. And I think it's possible to do it right now. But I'm afraid it would involve quite a bit of simplification. E4, d takes e4, knight g5. I could play the Amazon attack. Who was mentioning that earlier? Was that Nils? No, it was Clash Kid was talking about the Amazon attack. You saw Ponda playing on lichess. I don't like rook e1. I just tired of being 2 minutes behind on the clock. Nefedov doesn't think about his moves. He just has a routine, and he does his routine. Fortunately for him, his routine is pretty good. So, h6 though, I don't know. He's apparently stopping knight g5. But it looks like a weakening move of sorts. Maybe I ought to go knight e5 now, but I don't know what that does. The problem is taking with a rook on e4 isn't very good. e4, knight takes e4, pawn takes e4, rook takes e4, obviously c5, and then he's also stopping rook h4, huh? Is that his idea? Feels like white has 2 extra moves, and I still can't do anything with it. I mean, I've got a better pawn and a more constructive move, rook e1 versus h6, and I still can't really see a way to get an advantage. I guess I'll do this. Rook e1 was unnecessary. Just absolutely unnecessary. Luckily, it might not be such a bad move in and of itself. You saw Ponda playing like 2200. Oh, yeah. But that was... So for that reason, Antonio has a suggestion of bishop a6. Yeah, that's an interesting setup. You can play bishop a6 on the black side of Catalans, and you can do it sometimes with or without a5. So I agree. Morales, that's a move you should try to play, I think, anytime. It's oftentimes more active than playing bishop b7. Very typical Catalan, Grunfeld, whatever you want to call it. I'd really like to play c5 and shut down his bishop on b7. That's not happening here yet. It could happen later on, perhaps. So Nefedov has to deal with his e-pawn. Usually he plays e6. In this case, he decided not to play e6. I can say usually because we've literally had at least 2 or 3 games in this almost identical type of scenario where he usually did play e6. This time he's playing a little more cautiously with rook e8. Now he's prepared to play c5, maybe. I feel like my queen is not welcome anymore on e4. Deep breath. White stands an itty bit better. Welcome everyone to my stream. It's Fast Blitz, 5+3 casual. Everyone's welcome to challenge. I'm taking all the streamers in order. No favoritism toward my subscribers. There's our e6, Nefedov's favorite move. So c5 as a pawn sack starts to become a concept. It's a plan, and I'm not really... Damn, Nefedov just dropped a piece. Alright. It's a plan. I'm not really convinced by it. Let me stop this engine. Oh my god, it's gonna like crash my computer. Let me change the settings here so we have one line for the engine, and then we'll let it run one line. So obviously dropping a piece is not recommended, but he's supposed to take with the pawn. He's supposed to play b takes c, d takes c. Maybe he forgot his move order. So this position here, if he does this, I have knight takes c5, queen c1, I thought, with very strong attacking chances, at the very least. Waste Monsters. Nice to see people finally discussing Nefedov's rating. I don't know, because he does things like drop pieces. He's a good player strategically. He's not real good, super good at fast blitz. Okay, Morales is up next. He does things like make one move blunders sometimes that I think just distracts from his rating. Alright, e4 today. We didn't play, I don't believe. e4, e6. Time is it there in Europe? Okay, not too late. This is a good time. It's a good compromise time. The French defense. He's overrated. Exactly, Bob. He should be 1400. Sometimes you play mainly on another site so you don't work on your rating like on lichess. I'm only 1980. Zen Chess revealing all of his secrets. Now, some people, believe it or not, don't care about their rating at all. I just played c3. I don't know what made me play this. No, actually... No, I guess it is. It is the main move, okay. For a second, I thought I played the wrong order of moves. But it's standard. Okay. Okay, dude. I mean, the FICS Waste Monsters, because there's like... It's a weird site. The rating there, the ratings have got like deflated. I mean, on FICS, the free internet chess server, it's kind of like, I think I'm supposed to play this. Basically, dude, people who are like 1200s on FICS play like they're 1800 on lichess. There's that much rating deflation. That's very unusual to see rating deflation. But I think because they've lost a lot of players over the years. Yeah, dude, but that's a rare site. I mean, not too many sites have players who are like 1200 and give me a good game. And like FICS is basically like that. And I'm below 2200 or around 2200 on FICS. And that's not easy, you know, to do. It's a free internet chess server, like the original free internet chess server. Yeah, it doesn't make you feel good. Playing on FICS does not make you feel good about yourself, you know, if you're judging by over-the-board ratings, but they're way deflated there. So even strong titled players like me would only be around 2200 on FICS now. That's not the case. It didn't used to be like that. 15 or 20 years ago on free internet chess server, the ratings were more parallel to say like the Internet Chess Club, 2500 for example. I would be, but over the years somehow they became really deflated. I guess knight f4 is normal. I thought he played f6 kind of early here, so he's playing a speculative piece sacrifice. Wow. Let's think for a minute before I automatically take this. What is going on? So Morales just, yeah, he's sacrificing a piece for 2 pawns. He's pretty good on the black side of the French. But I guess, what's up with you, Muleskinner? You guys share all your openings or something? Another conspiracy theory is formed. So what do we want to do here? Bishop e5 check. Bishop e2. Just castle. You could play g5 if I castle, but that's not a problem, I guess. Bishop e5 check. It's a messed up position. So if bishop e5 check, I guess he plays king f7 actually. It almost makes me want to do it. Just do it. Lichess is a false flag. It makes you feel good about yourself. No. No, I think that the lichess has come down a little bit too. Like over the last 2 years since I've been playing, more and more strong players have been showing up. So I feel like the ratings have gotten a little deflated. They're not as inflated as they were even 2 years ago. So king f7. Kind of a messy position, but I'm out of here. King safety is paramount. Don't forget it. I don't believe in black's position, but still. Sparkle Roast, there's a secret Discord where we all coordinate our openings against you. Well, it's just those guys, those Spanish guys. The guys in Spain, they have like a club. Spanish Sladgie fans. And they share their openings there. Well, I mean, certain players, Nefedov, you know, he does prepare for me. I mean, some people do. You know, they take it seriously. But I try to mix up my stuff, you know. Nefedov was joking the other day that I'm running out of openings to play against him, and that's pretty much true. So an interesting move from Morales now. He sacks a pawn to try to get some speculative attack down the h-file. I mean, I'm seriously considering not taking that because it does look kind of disturbing. You know what? I'm not going to take that. I'm not going to take it. We're not going to take it. Not what that strong knight is on e5. Anyway, that's his premium membership. The knight on e5 has premium membership. But I think that Muleskinner is a bigger expert, maybe, in the French defense amongst the Spanish contingent. Knight takes f3. We've had some tough games against Muleskinner. Now I'm thinking about really taking it because it's a little different now. You know, there's no knight on e5. Knight takes h5. I can play g4 if I had to. Plus you're basically twisting my arm here. I'm going to have to play g4. Well, I guess I could play like bishop e2 if absolutely necessary. So not a bad move. But maybe g4 should be played. Permanent resident. And I keep making political statements even when I don't try. The knight on h5 is a permanent resident. Alberto Romero. 1 year premium membership. That night, yeah. Dirty jokes. Try to make light of the current political situation at times. But, you know, I don't want to make too much light of it. Alright, what are we doing here? He's trying to get me on h2. Well, his queen can't move without dropping f6. That's pretty important. Pretty freaking important, I would say. Here. And I can bring back the knight to g3. Eventually, something's got to give here. King g2, rook h1 if I have to, I think. I feel like we need extra support network for our h2 pawn. I'm a good defender. There's no question about it. Probably my greatest strength. Alex CL, thank you. Knight g3 is cool because it takes the knight. If he takes the knight, it opens the f file. Yeah, I mean, I don't think he can consider trading any pieces at this point, you know. Zen chess. But I like it it's just like a blocker. It's, to borrow a poker terminology, it's the nut flush blocker. On h5, he will not mate me. With the knight on h5 is not happening. Alright, he just sacked this rook. But he's not planning on playing g4 there. It's not gonna be pretty. Not gonna. H4 anyways. This is kind of weird. I could actually hurt myself. He's hiding behind my blocker now, which is pretty ironic. I'm going to be like up a rook, but facing some threats, which is pretty irritating. He's going to have like 3 connected. Maybe I ought to play bishop f5 and just trade that off. Probably a solid response. He still has a lot of pawns, man. Those pawns are getting irritating. Damn. Look at those pawns coming after me. I just mobilized his own rook. Giving his rook a way to get into the game. Don't think about taking that pawn. Don't even think about it. Look at this. Crafty. Queen f6 check wins a piece. He gave up. He gave up. I mean, it's too much now. Alright. He's somehow in control, even though he's completely lost. Exactly. It's like you gotta have the last word. He wants to have the last word. He had more threats than me. I admit it. If the game was about creating threats, maybe Black would have won. HGG. Merle Dixon, thank you for donating to the stream here. Up to 300 for the week. Clash Kid, the bit leader. Dim with 700. Merle Dixon donating another 100 to support the stream today. That's awesome. F4. Alright. Just to throw out something weird. Knight h6, Antonio refutes. I think knight f4 does refute f6, Antonio. I mean, obviously it's a typical idea. Well, it's a variation in the main line, but you're playing f6. I felt like you played it a move early. Did you not? No, I'm not sure. Now I'm confused. I don't know it well enough, to be honest with you. We'll have to check. For some reason, I thought the position was a move early, but maybe I'm crazy. Bird is the word again. A system I've used a lot with white here against HGG, GG, another Hungarian player. For those of you who don't know, I was living in Hungary. I had to move back here temporarily to the United States for an indefinite amount of time. But I've been living in Hungary for the last 14 years. HGG is another one of those Hungarian players. They're pretty good. I'm not sure about this, though. E3 looks like a good move for HGG. That makes sense here. I think I would probably likely play something like that myself. He stops queen b6 check and bishop takes b2, bishop takes b2, queen b6 check, winning that pawn. That's a known gambit, actually. Black can sack the pawn in the same variation with colors reversed. I don't think king h1 is necessarily right. That might be a serious mistake. Because I can play h5. The pawn does. Actually, the original panda's favorite move is h5. But original panda is not here. Our mascot. h5. The pawn to defense. We go for it. Huang Trong. I beat Huang Trong really bad in one of these Duchess once. I'm not sure if we're quite justified here, though. I don't really want to sacrifice my central pawn for this. Very tempted, though, to play h4. And I'm not sure that that was a good idea to put your king on that square there. So HGG playing quickly. Yeah, this just, the only thing I don't like is king h1. Now sacrificing a pawn again. Maybe. Wow, Zen Chess. Huge donation from Zen Chess. Wow, dude. 1,500 bits donated. Thank you so much. Zen Chess rocks. He's leading the bits for the week with a 1,500 donation. Gets into the green zone. Zen Chess, that's awesome. Thank you so much, man. Zen Chess has been a viewer for a long time. I think pretty early on to my streaming. He's been around here lately since I started streaming from the USA time. So, again, I don't know what to say, man. Great donation. Thank you so much for supporting the stream. I'm stunned. Nice job. Thank you. So, Weiss Monsters throws in 1. Every little bit helps. So what are we doing here with a c5 pawn? I guess I shouldn't be overly concerned about that. It's just a pawn. b6, knight takes c5. You know, these are issues we have to think about, though. I could play queen b6 maybe, or even c4 is not ridiculous. Though how am I going to support the pawn at c4 even? Lots of new faces. Yeah, new players today. Chess will make you smarter, but it will make you chesser. Ligeti rock. Ligeti sounds Hungarian. Okay, g takes h4. What am I doing? I don't know what to do, man. This is annoying. Alright, a temporary stopgap. Guarding my pawn. This feels very materialistic, but it is, in essence, a developing move. Not really the greatest. I'm not really threatening to take this pawn on b2. That's just that's a meme. George Ligeti, my man. Ligeti George. Hungarian composer, okay. Well, lots of great Hungarian composers. There was a famous player someone was talking about last week who was a composer and a chess master. Maybe you know who that is. Liszt Ferenc. There's a little tactic here, but I think we can negotiate that. And in fact, HGG might be hurting himself with Queen E1. HG is a Hungarian composer of chess tricks, including knight to d6 check. He's also a good poker player, from what I know. Antonio Morales, I swear knight f4 after f6 is not in the textbooks I have. Wow, Stockfish does not give advantage to white, but you don't like the line at all. It says knight takes d4 refutes knight f4. Well, yeah, but you've got to know, Antonio, that we're both confused somehow about that position because I got it confused myself. But you got to know that idea of playing knight f4 and black sacking that exchange is very, very important to the theory in that line. So even if not in this exact position, you have to be willing to give that exchange in a lot of the variations with almost the identical position. Now, what are we going to do? Knight c6 or knight e6? Knight e6. I guess it's more normal to go here. HEG with a good time. I don't know if he's having a good time, but he has good time with 3 minutes to my 1. But with the 3-second increment, guys, if you're not used to playing with chess increment, keep in mind that it's actually often very tricky. Don't overestimate your time advantage. Well, now he's got the trick, though. I really don't know where I should go. Queenside castles allows knight g5. That's bugging me a lot. Now he's got bishop e3. We have a problem, Houston. No, we have a real problem. Dude is threatening to hurt me here. This is not a joke. I'm going to have to take on e4. Like, straight up. We're just going to have to take on e4, I guess. Man, I'm not happy about this. He's done a good job. He had done a good job, but now we're trying to get something going. Never had time to take on h4. My refutation a refutation? Was it just incorrect? You know, that's the thing. We have stuff like bishop takes e4. Doesn't really work. This is a very artificial position for black. HEG has a few draws against me and then a bunch of losses, but he can play really tough. Guys, I'm streaming till 2:30 EDT, so another hour and 10 minutes. We'll play as many games as I can. You don't like black's play after that? Okay, we'll take a look at that another day. This is like possibly just a blunder. Looks like HEG is just better here. Strategically better. My rook is stupid. I think he should have taken with the pawn. That was superior. But I still think I have a weird position. I'm trying to castle or something. I'm about to get annihilated. Those bishops are so strong. I thought he would take back with the pawn. That was even better. This is a strong move. Extreme speed. Great game by white, though. I think I'm just worse here. Despite the better structure, the truth is that his bishops are monsters. I'm happy with the draw here, man. Good game. I mean, I'm just worse. Though there's no apparent win for white, I have to take a draw. I mean, I can't possibly play for a win here. But I think you were mistaken to take with the bishop on e4. You know, the computer claims white's slightly better here, but I think that you could have taken You could have taken the other way with the pawn on e4, you know, and had just a massive position. After d takes e4, I'm basically almost lost. Because here you gain the d file. I think the access to the d file when my rooks are disconnected. This would have been, you can see it's like 1.6 according to the engine. Very, very bad position for black. So no, that was a good game. Good game, man. Alright, so he nicked me for a draw there. I'm happy to escape with a draw. Deep Bobby. This guy's challenged me to 5+3. He corrected his challenge. Alright, he was challenging 4-2 earlier. So Zenchess, thanks again for the donation, dude. He's up next, actually. He donated 1,542 bits today. No, HGGGG can play. You know, he just needs to get his game. You know, and he's drawn me before. This is not the first time. So what's up? Knight f3, knight f6. I was lucky not to lose. I got a little bit frisky there, not castling. It was a lot to ask from black's position. I was basically playing black in the opening like I was white. And it's sometimes just too much to try to play the... This is called the Carlsbad system. Systems where you play like knight h3, and g3, knight h3, knight f4, h4 against the Dutch. What I was effectively trying to do was play against HEG like I was black. I mean, like I was white, you know, with the black pieces. And, you know, where do you draw the line? I mean, can you play a system a full tempo down that, you know, you would play with colors reversed? He played pretty well. I thought king h1 was actually a mistake, and I stand by that. But anyways, it was a little too much for me to ask for. So this is theory. This is an interesting line that's seen some play at the top levels. The what do they call it? Neo Grunfeld. Svidler probably has some analysis on this somewhere. I don't trust anyone with Bobby in their name. I don't think you trust anyone, Mr. Bob. What happened to my user icon, said Zenchess? Oh, you got the 1,000 now. Yeah, I think it would be cooler if it was like that green color that you get for the bits that you donated. You got a gold bits leader icon? I guess there's no icon for 1,000 bits donated. Okay, here Deep Bobby played a5, and I remember years ago in a tournament in Budapest, I played with Grandmaster Tibor Fogarashi, or Fogarashi Tibor, and Tibor played. Tibor is an expert in the openings. He writes articles for New in Chess a lot. He played something like this against me very early on when I played this line against him. I don't think it was this early as move 7, but the idea of playing a5 to attack the queen on b3, that seems to me like very legit. A very legit idea. He can try to do like a5, a4, a3, and Tibor actually like tried to do a rook lift, I think, laterally with rook a5. So, and if I play a4, he has like knight a6 or knight c6 to b4 to use that square. So I don't know what to do, guys. I'm gonna play like a3. Am I gonna regret that? Yeah, I probably regret that. Never mind. I'm not gonna play a3. I take it back. Where is take back today? I take back a3. Okay. I'm just gonna play because it's fast, time control. I'm not sure what the best move is there, but a5 is possibly very strong. No sort of resources of bishop b5. Yeah, I mean, this would likely transpose to said game with Fogarashi. JCS just subscribed with a tier 1 sub. 8 months in a row. JCS, thank you. Occasionally you'll see players like Topalov put their queen on a3, but I'm not really down with that location. I remember Topalov losing a really bad game in similar position. The queen can get trapped on a3. It's very awkward. I don't really like it. Here we have our other problems too. So Deep Bobby knows what he's doing. His bad knight now is better than the average bad knight. Like I would say how knight 6 is a bad square. But this thing has a lot of mobility for a knight 6 knight. I mean it's pretty good, you know, and it's b3, sorry, a3. Yeah, now we have to think, do you want to take this, eliminate that pawn as a danger, or do you want to not do it? Let's not and say we did. Take knight b5, rook a5. I can take his pawn on c7. But he can do all sorts of other stuff, like take c5. Looks pretty scary, for example. But everything looks scary. I mean, what about b4? What if I tried to play b4 and just lock down that pawn, like b4, knight a6, rook b1? Can we do this? Risky, isn't it? But he's not giving me a lot of easy decisions here. I mean, I can play b3. Maybe b3 was the safest move, to be honest. That was what I intended on doing, and then I got creative here with b4. But I'm not certain that I like this. Knight c6 now. "65 viewers. My popularity is increasing." Achievement get. Maybe. And we've had a really good number of stream viewers for about a week and a half now, or a week. And I don't know. I think... Well, I was starting to think that... I was really starting to think it was the afternoon streams that were optimal, like the ones at 4:30. Because this stream, you know, a lot of people in the US or Western part of the world, in American continents are like working and stuff, so I wasn't sure. Maybe I just am more popular. It's not about the time, it's just me. So obviously he can play bishop f5. But that's not clearly doing anything. Now he's thinking about g5, maybe g5, g4. I think Svidler discusses h6 in a video he has very early on in these type of lines. But Peter gives a completely different approach. I think with bishop e6, something like a lot of h6, g5 early. I only saw this video once where Peter was talking about it. Alright. So bishop f5 becomes like a greater threat now. I would have to meet that with bishop d3. Something to think about. Castles, bishop f5, bishop d3. Take, queen takes a2. That's obviously a disaster. I mean, I really don't want to see that happen. So... But the a2 pawn will remain a problem, like, in all scenarios, though. You know, that's... Look at that variation, bishop f5, bishop c4, bishop f5. So what am I going to do? We'll have to play queen d2, which looks bad. Queen d5 is brilliant. How strong is this guy? He's got 2,000 bullet, 2,000 blitz, so he's not Kasparov, but he's a decent player. What am I going to do? Queen d2. And now, kind of a sharp position, I guess. I have to play this. Oh, I just dropped an exchange. Good. That's great. I was thinking I was going to drop an exchange. That's my plan here. Nice. No, I can't do that. I'm going to have to lose the a2 pawn. We might win the e7 pawn in return, though, so maybe it's not that bad. I can't believe I was going to like just give him an exchange. What am I going to do? That a3 pawn's going to come and get me. Yeah, this isn't what I wanted. I mean, that's a situation where you might have included g5. Here, g5 is actually pretty dangerous for black. Tries to play it now. Very sharp position. Nils is back. Dinner's over. Funny joke. Unless you're the man who's on fire. Alright, so I have rook a1 now. Or just bishop takes e7. That's lucky, because I was on the verge of serious problems. The a3 pawn was not a welcome guest. You've been back for a while, okay. It's hard to keep track of you guys. So many of you now. I try to keep everybody in my heart. We're lucky we got that a pawn. Man, I mean, we were on the verge of just total disaster. This is one of those positions where you want to make Luft at some point just to evade the threat of back rank mate. I don't know if I'm simplifying too much here. I hope not. Maybe I should take on d6. He does have a strong bishop, but it's shut down by my pawn on d4. So that's not exactly a great bishop. Rook on the 7th is strong. My pawn's on a white square. Not easy for him to attack with the bishop. Right? And now we make sure we don't get mated on the back rank. We get a knight to f5 and he's toast. Okay, we got to score a touchdown here. Indirect defense. He has that. Man. He had rook b4, which would have really slowed me down there, even at the end. Okay, Zen Chess, our big donor for the day, comes up, actually for the week, comes up next. Zen Chess, thanks for the support. 1,542 bits donated. He's been pretty tough. He's played me tough in the later games. All right, we got to be on the alert here. So we'll play our main opening. Guys, we're streaming for another 50 minutes. Knight c3, Grand Prix attack, or something of that ilk. Dim donated 300 bits to get to the 1,000 level for the week. Thank you, Dim. Wow, awesome. Thanks so much. Another Grand Prix attack, and actually now that I recall, Zen Chess yesterday saying how he doesn't play the Open Sicilian, but I recall that Zen Chess and I have battled in the Grand Prix attack in this line before. Mule Skinner played this a lot against me and Morales. So now a4, kind of off the beaten track, but reasonable move. Not Nefedov. Fatso has to go run. He's being kicked out of the house to be forced to exercise, it looks like. Okay, a4. Again, Dim, thank you so much for the donation. Supporting the stream. Beautiful. Alright, what do you guys think about just playing b6 and trying to do like a double fianchetto as an option here? Blue Eye Albino says, holy cow, I'm late for a game. I dropped into King Crusher channel for some light trolling, and Dim was in there. Nothing wrong with that, man. King Crusher's... he's a competent player. You're banned on this channel, ouch. Alright, so take, and then the structural thing with like d3, which I'm not super happy to see. I don't really want that to happen. I guess I have to go here, and then we'll go from there. Bishops on the long diagonals and take things. Bit war. Acerbate. Just acerbate is like trying to provoke something. So he goes bishop d3 now. I was hoping for d3, a6, bishop c4, d5. So this is a different story, though. I can play like knight f6 here, and that looks pretty good. No? Isn't this good? Knight f6. Did I speak too soon? Should I play d6 first? Knight f6, e5. Man, we'd have all sorts of weird moves like knight b4 there. Maybe it's safer to play d6 first. Probably not. When Zen dropped so bad, 1995. It was a good year. Well, this is very similar to kind of standard lines, but not quite the same. There was a game Julian Hodgson lost where he had this kind of structure. I remember in some book with white. Now I have h5. Kind of like h5. But I wouldn't call it the most principled move. Alright, let's have fun. Ponda in the house again. I almost lost against HGG for doing this. Bob, there's no excuse. There's no excuse for that. What's happening here? I'm having hallucinations that I could take his pawn on e4. It's funny, like Zen Chess could have played bishop e5 check in a couple moves, in a couple locations near you. A couple of spots, should I say. Knight h5. h3. I mean, d5 you could consider. I'm going to play king f8 if he tries anything on me. No problem with that. Alright, I'm just going to develop a piece and wait developments here. But he's got 2 minutes ahead on the clock. Time is important to Zen chess. Building up a time bank. Bob, that's not nice, Bob. You better not do that with me. You're out of here. It's not even that funny, actually. You gotta come up with something better than that. You just gotta come up with something better than that, man. That was lame, dude. You gotta come up with a better troll. I'm disappointed. It was just not creative enough. Okay. Queen c7. Now, I give you like a 4 on creativity with that comment. Tomorrow's a rest day, exactly. Like a round robin tournament where we play games 6 days a week out of 7. With my tempo of play. I'm not this slow when I play on my own, but the main concept here is really to try to explain ideas and make it accessible to everyone. To make your brain accessible. Queen c7. Yeah, I mean, if you check me, I'm just going to play king f8. There's no, especially after h5, h4. There's no question. That was kind of why, when I saw knight g3, I wasn't overly concerned. Now look at this move. You're not worried about that long diagonal, man. g3. Fear and loathing on the long diagonal. By Hunter S. Thompson. No. Chess bots. Well, pawn takes, knight takes. He has a wonderful structure. I don't know what to do. I'm threatening bishop takes c3 check. Oh, it's not check. Whatever it is, I'm threatening it. We're threatening something like that. It's a whale on the c3 pawn. Just to kind of give him something to worry about. Freeing the way for f5. f5 is not without risk, ladies and gentlemen. Not without risk. e5 is even possible. HGGG. You see? It's HG. GGG. f5, I mean, I really want to play that. I'm attacking the center, damn it. Can I castle queenside? Is that crazy? No respect for my king safety. I'm playing like a maniac, but they're faster games today. Honestly. Wow. Dude with a brilliant move. What am I going to do now? Check king f7. This is going to get outright nuts soon. Check king f8. He took it. It's realistic. Man, I don't know. This is a crazy position. Pretty unsound, I think. He's got more time. What's a couple of extra doubled pawns? Scary player. There's a million people in the queue for a game, so nobody else should challenge, really. It's not likely we're going to get to all those games. Lichess also castled over there on the king side. He's basically just up a pawn here. But our position is still homogeneous. I don't think he played the best, but he played quickly. And he maintains his time advantage. But I have some questions about his continuation there. I think he had much better than he did. Defending his nugget. Very subtle. Subtle Tigo has not been with us for a while. As much as I try to be subtle, sometimes you have to be unsubtle. There's just nothing else to do. I want my pawn back, and I want it back now. And ultimately, I'm hoping that maybe my king will be safer. This inventive move to force a trade of queens. To trade a force of queens. Damn, dude. Just relentless. A relentless assault on the senses when you play with Zen chess. Guy will not leave me alone. It's so fast. Wow. What am I gonna do? Seriously, you gotta leave me alone, dude. This is kind of a stupid move. He has a passed pawn. How does he find these moves so fast? He's like moving instantly. Damn, dude. Just like brutal. Yeah, I'm just gonna resign. Just too strong, man. Wow. That's impressive. Nice game. Alright, that was good. Wow, we got crushed. Nice job. He's faster and stronger than me. That was brutal. Well, that's what you get for donating bits, man. I guess you get better. That was a nice game, though. Really awesome game. All right, so moving on. Anyway, we were stunned and crushed. But the thing was like, I don't think it was that easy to play, and he was like finding every move instantly. That was hard. It wasn't an easy endgame. I was probably okay at some point, but with the time pressure that he has there, I mean, the speed of his play, it was just too hard. Too hard for black to hold on. That was strong. It would be one thing to play strongly, but he also played fast. And I didn't have time to find the defense, ops colored bishops. He wasn't even up any material, but he has a passed g-pawn. That's just too many problems for me. I would have to defend like perfectly to blockade somehow his pass pawn on the white squares. That was a really amazing game. Alright, so knight b6 from Sir Donoso here, which is... Alright, Bob, stop accusing everybody of being a cheater. It's getting kind of old. Knight b6 here, castles. Move 11, what's up, Juicebox? Will you have time for a game with me on the stream, Juicebox? Absolutely not. We've only got half an hour left, and we've got 10 games that are not going to happen. You're in there. Okay, I didn't see her in there. Juicebox, we're not going to make it. I think I'm only going to make it to play like 3 more games, probably. Knight b6 is a bad move. Yeah, that's true. He does perform well. I agree. Lately. Bishop h4. Blue Habano, I get a game or not? Just to know. I'm only gonna be here for like another. Blue Habano, you're not even close. Those guys are not gonna get games. I mean, I've got to go in basically 35 minutes. So, this stream is really meant for players who are not subscribers. You know, like just basically it's a stream for everybody. So, don't be surprised if you don't get to play now. So e4. E4 here. He sort of tricked me with this knight b6. Lately. That's what Asterbate said. Lately. No, I said it. Bob, stop trying to invoke suspicion against everyone. We have enough to worry about, like with people really cheating off and on. I don't want to have to worry about like everyone that we play being accused of cheating, Bob. It's a little too much. I'm not that good, you know, that I can beat everybody and never lose a game. Unfortunately, I would like to be that good, but I'm not. So I'm not 2600. Kind of a bad King's Indian, because the knight on b6 is misplaced. And I think we've seen Asterbate maybe do this in the Czech Benoni before, where the knight on b6 is bad. Here he blundered, bishop e7. We eat his pawn chain. But I think that was the beginning of the problems. They used to stream often, and were master strength. So it's more plausible they played a good game. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was streaming on a regular basis, and that's a decent player we were talking about. Do your homework, exactly. Bob hasn't done his homework. He just likes stirring the pot. Alright. F7, B takes C. Juicebox does his homework. Well, I mean, I just want to be realistic. I am not that perfect. I've got to lose games. All right. B takes C. But I'm impressed by his speed, you know, and accuracy was excellent there. Most people would have choked or messed up or something, and he just kept coming. With a very, very fast, rapid pace, good moves, one after another. That's a master type of thing. I mean, you gotta play like a master to play like that. There's no doubt. Alright, so this guy's just losing a piece here. This is just hopeless for black now. What was my best win streak over the board? I don't know, dude. That's an interesting question. I mean, I never ever really this is something I never really consciously thought of. Move 11. I probably had some streaks of not losing for quite a few games, like a Geary or what is it, Ding Liren type of thing, but never of that magnitude. And as far as winning, you know, against stronger players, I've always lost games here and there. So I don't think I have any enormous winning streak in my life. What was my best win streak, though? I have no clue. I mean, probably like against club level players. You know, I probably had some series of maybe winning like 15 or more games in a row. But we're talking about playing down, you know, not playing strong opponents. Got C5. Asterbate says I'm lucid once in a while and pull off what I think are great games. Then Stockfish humiliates me. I know your feeling. I'm much more circumspect. I know how bad I really am. Alright. Guys, we've got a simul on Sunday. It'll be 4:30 p.m. EDT this Sunday here on lichess. 20 players. 30 time control. It lasts just about 3 hours. I'm saying 3 hours, but I'm exaggerating. It lasts about 2.5 hours. So that's my normal stream time. Then it's time for a martini. I lose my concentration. That's why I lost to Zen Chess, basically. Toward the end of the stream, when I haven't had a martini in a while, you know, I plus I had to lose because he donated, you know, 1,500 bits to the stream today. That happened with Romy the day that he donated like 10,000 bits to a stream or more. It was a simul, and I literally like got my queen in a simple trap or something and lost. And Romy was like 1,400 or lower. So everybody was like, "Oh, you lost on purpose," but it wasn't. You know, it was just an absolute coincidence. I think Bob must have been accusing me of losing on purpose. No, I don't know if Bob was there. I'm just busting on Bob today. Alright. Guys, we have time for 3 more games, it looks like, after this. Fitness, GK, Tsubasa, and Infinite Tsunami. But I just play against everybody. No subscribers only today. Was it Tal who won City Games without a lost top competition? Falkbeer, I think you're right. That is always a surprising one, though. Because you would think that Tal would be, you know, like the last person who would have pulled off something like that. But I believe that you're correct. So, Surdonoso is like... It reminds me of another one of our regulars. A player, Andrea Peroni. Kind of really really aggressive, but sacrificing a little too much. Here I could even be in trouble if I'm not careful. Arsenal is best, talking about bishop takes a6. I'd love to trade queens, you know. We're just winning, we're up a rook and a piece. So here, bishop h6, I was thinking. Then I'll play queen f3. If I can play queen f3, I'll shut him down. That's his main problem. You know, like knight g4, rook takes f8 check, bishop takes f8, rook takes f8 check. I hope this doesn't work for black. Probably not. I didn't really consider queen g3 like this move at all. Kind of scary. He These checks. All these checks forever. No, he doesn't want to trade queens, though. That's fatal. Now it is over. Cannot afford to trade queens. Then he lost 2 games in short order to Battleshop. Once you lost 1, right, Flockbeard, it wouldn't really matter. Once the streak is gone, you might as well just lose them all. So we're playing Fitness GK, a new opponent here. Just make sure it's casual. I have been swindled with a rated game in a while. It's bad when you're not prepared. If you Google Tao's winning chess combinations, a book co-wrote by Kinkin, covers non-trivial mating combinations. All right, let's try something different. E4, E5, and then F4. And we had an interesting Queen's Gambit. What is wrong with me? That's when you can tell I'm tired. I'm starting to like be dyslexic. But F4, D5. Good at losing streaks. Well, our losing streak is done now. We lost to Zen Chess, and we're not going to lose anymore. Yeah, it's painful when your last game is a loss, I find. A Tal book on Amazon by Tal. Tal's Best Games. Or what is it? Wow, this is a really rare line, this Knight F3 against the Falkbeer. I didn't even realize Falkbeer. I was like playing the Falkbeer, and you like put a comment in the stream. It's just an absolute coincidence. I'm not playing the Falkbeer because Falkbeer is chatting in the stream. We could actually transpose the game I had with... Let's transpose the game I had with White the other day against Clash Kid. If we can, but I'm not sure. So the Karpov-Onishuk variation. Normally they take on d5 first. I guess am I supposed to take on e4 here? I guess theoretically that's the move, but I'm not sure. But Fitness GK instead played e5. So this is definitely looking old school King's Gambit-ish. This looks like something from the 1800s. Probably was played this position. The structure is a little bit similar to like a Vienna game. Gary Fang, I should say, I'm good at losing when I'm losing and losing when I'm winning. So, I don't know any theory here. We could transpose to a Vienna game, most likely, in some move orders. I guess I'll try to hang on to my pawn. Oh god, it's a King's Gambit. It is. I don't know the theory of the King's Gambit very well, so I'm usually kind of winging it after a few moves, like now. I would have known what to do after e takes d5, but after e5, I'm not really sure what's going on. Falkbeer says e takes d5, e4 is good. One must play the correct moves to survive. e4 is the main line, yeah, but I think that I don't know that line that well. I would probably play e takes f4, and I don't think I'm alone in playing that. I'm not sure about g5, but I'd like to hang on to this pawn. So now it looks like Fitness GK is very much gonna have to sacrifice a piece or something after g4. I mean, am I falling for some trap, or is this just bad for White? He does sacrifice a piece. Okay, I mean, it's one thing if your bishop's on c4, but I mean, I know that there are lines where you sack a piece, but I don't believe this here. It's too much. I mean, with the center closed, I can probably play bishop e6 and knight c6 and queen d7 and try to castle queenside. I'm not buying into this. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Dim today, Zen Chess, 1500 from Zen Chess, 1542. Dim donated another 300 to reach 1,000 for the week. Our final stream for the week is on Sunday. And if anybody's interested in lessons, I probably have availability for one more student. So if you're interested in lessons, if you're serious about it, don't just send me an email that says, hey, can you help me get better at chess? I had that yesterday. That kind of email is difficult to to say what to do with. If you're really serious about like looking for a chess teacher, and you want to do it seriously, I'm available for like one other person at the moment. Okay, that's videochesstrainer@gmail.com. If you're interested, then send me an email. G takes F3. We're wondering why Fitness GK is taking so long here. He lost his mind. All right, he played Bishop B5 check, which is try to play some kind of Kieseritsky. Kieseritsky delayed, but this is not enough. There's just not enough here. We're gonna anchor, anchor the weak point at F7, the classic. And White is just down 2 pieces now instead of 1. I'm sure there's a way I could lose this if I was really any more hungry and tired than I feel right now. But we are going to make it good. So we've got time for 2 more games. Tsubasa Infinite Tsunami. Merlin the Wizard, we'll probably have to postpone that if those other guys come through with their challenges. You got to increase your prices. You're working too hard. That's a good idea, Bob. I was thinking of implementing that business strategy. Plus, we've got to worry about healthcare. Plus, the economy's doing great, so we really need to increase wages. Queen B6 is more fluid. No, but it drops. Oh, no, it doesn't drop anything. Yeah, it was better. I wanted to be on the safe side, but I agree. Queen B6 was better because if knight takes D5, I had queen takes D4 check. So, yep, I agree. Queen B6 probably superior there. I'm getting groggy. What do I charge? So, current price is $40 for 1 hour lessons. Queen G3. But I offer various discounts for taking more than 1 hour. It's not a sliding scale. Queen B6. Now if I have to move to the United States, I'll have to increase my rates. Seriously. Cost of living in Hungary is a lot more reasonable than here. I don't want to move to the United States. But right now I'm stuck here. So we're going to do the best we can with it. Alright, Queen B6. What are we up to here? Fitness GK just using too much time. Maybe not a blitz player, really. Anyway, guys, have a great Saturday. It's my day off. And I will see you on Sunday. Last 2 games coming up here. Working too hard is right. Working too hard or hardly working? Rook AD1. We're coming over here with a knight. We also got knight F5. That's good as well. Let's do that. Maybe H5, H4. Now he can move fast when he wants to. But it's 2 pieces down, so white is toast. If your mom gets angry, I leave the country. That's a good... I used to do that. No. Not anymore. Alright. He suddenly started moving really fast. I have a plan. Oh, that's gonna hurt. He's not giving up. It's kind of hard to finish him off here, ironically. Knight takes E5, maybe? This will get the queens off the board at the cost of sacrificing a piece. Or else force other simplification. Man, my head hurts. So the knight f3 g5, that's like mainline King's Gambit. Alright, he resigned. We've got 2 games left. Tsubasa. I'm in a tournament? Mom? What are you talking about, Asterbait? Alright, Tsubasa. We were white yesterday against this player? I can't remember. The Fuchsia. Hello. D4. Guys, we've got just 20 minutes left in the stream, so we're going to play 2 last games, and then I'm going to see you on Sunday. Once again, thanks to Zen Chess and Dim for donating to the cause. Where is Tsubasa? If Tsubasa's not here, we're going to have a problem. After all that, he's not here. Like, our other challenger bailed. Actually, our next to last challenger bailed. Merlin the Wizard was patient, though. He hung in there. I've got to buy some Belgian beer. We've got an opponent here from Belgium. No, Infinite is back. Okay. Alright, then that's it. So Tsubasa's not here. He's out of luck. We're going to play Infinite Tsunami. The Infinite Tsunami. Tsukuyomi. Deleting all those challenges was this. Well, they were out of range. I didn't delete them. I declined them. It's a different word. Now, Infinite Tsukuyomi better be here. I mean, they just came back. I mean, how can they not be here? They literally just got connected again. I'm going to cry if they're not here. 2 in a row? Really? You just came back on. Turkey Farm. I saw your turkey friends yesterday. They were down the street at another house. But, I can't believe, after all this waiting, the Infinite Tsukuyomi is not going to be here. Alright. Last 2 games. I've got Merlin the Wizard playing 5-3. He's here. Alright, let's try something different. I rarely play d4, d5, but I wanna get a little bit of practice, maybe with something different. Keep the mind fresh. You saw Alec Baldwin on Halloween. No way, he walked right past you. He was with his family. They were dressed as astronauts. That's crazy. Decline if you want, but I threw one out. Yeah, I mean, if we got time. Man, Move 11 lives in a rich neighborhood. Hollywood stars are his neighbor. That's cool. He, like, it would be a little lame to go as Donald Trump, right? Alright, knight c3, knight c6. Can I do that? This a6 was a little slow, but I thought I was supposed to be allowed to do that. Right outside the Marshall Chess Club. So he probably has a place in the village. Knight c6. Alright, a3. That's a fortunately slow move for me, so I've got time to organize this setup. Yeah, I mean, if Oprah can run for president, why can't, like, Alec Baldwin? Yeah, I mean, there was some political commentator talking about it yesterday, that people just want their president to be like someone who they can feel like they can drink a beer with, you know. But that is sort of dumb, you know. I mean, I don't want a president I can drink a beer with. I want a president who's good at being the president, you know. It's like totally a different thing. That's our political commentary for today. Anyway, Arsenal is best. Talking about the King's Gambit. Knight f3. Oh, that's not the King's Gambit. Knight f3 g5. Knight f3 g5. It's a Knight's Gambit. That's crazy. Great for bullet chess, I'm sure. So Merlin the Wizard did something strange. He's like keeping the tension here and giving up his dark bishop. Whoa. Too much keeping of the tension. Maybe I can even swipe a pawn here. In a lot of countries, people have degrees in social sciences. Or degrees of some kind. Yeah. They might even be educated. He's got a sneaky move, knight to d5. Oh no. Merlin the Wizard with the tactics. He's a tactics wizard. Jukebox wizard. Oh man. Now you come up with this move? Really? This guy is obviously quite good tactically to come up with knight d5 there. Solve his strategic problems with a quick tactical solution. Bishop takes f3. I mean, I don't really want ops-colored bishops necessarily. Fischer's bust to the King's Gambit. What am I doing here? Well, I've got to do something. He's threatening rook takes e5. I promise to play one more game after this. What would Magnus do? Magnus is like Mr. Technical. Like any kind of tiny advantage is enough in Magnus land. He wouldn't even have blinked about this move, right? But actually, it's just a pawn, you know? It's only a pawn, and it's ops-colored bishop type of scenario. So I think... And you've got to be extra alert when it's opposite bishops. My turn for tactics. May I post my study on the King's Gambit? Absolutely, Arsenal's best. Feel free to share it. So he defended the a3 pawn. But we still got a pawn. Oh no. Oh no. We've got that secret defense there. That was the point of c6, to defend b7. 2 pawns up, the wrapper. This is going to be painful for white. Testosterone is next. Those guys are back that I declined them. Merlin the Wizard is tired too. It's later there. You know, you have an excuse. I can feel your pain. It's, you know, I'm not a good player in the evening myself lately. But it's midday here. Alright. So Merlin the Wizard is down a rook. This shouldn't take long. I got one game left. Testosterone. The other players forfeited their spot. He's not giving up though. Alright, let's not hang mate in one, okay? Bob can't get over the political commentary. Can I have a question? Robert Fritzkowski. Yeah, absolutely. Any sort of serious chess question is welcome. Robert Fritzkowski is new here. Alright, man. We got his rook condemned to the side of the board. Camel Culture's back. We're just in the last throes of the stream here. You guys have a serious question, feel free. You know, you can always feel free to throw chess questions out there. I mean, that's sort of the hidden point of the stream. Though we did... White missed queen takes g6. Am I stupid or something? See, that's how crazy I am. Wait, I just played g6. h5, rather. And I allowed queen takes g6. But you know the scary part is that I saw queen takes g6. And for some reason... I don't know. I thought I was attacking something. Yeah, white just absolutely had queen takes g6. And I'm lucky if I don't, you know, get mated there. That is ridiculous. I have rook d6, queen takes h5, rook h6, probably winning. But yeah, you're absolutely right on. I don't know. It was weird. I literally saw it and still played it anyway, which doesn't make a lot of sense. What do you recommend to improve the piece coordination? My pieces, yeah, end up doing nothing. Yeah, this is not an easy thing. It's not really an easy thing. I recommend the Middle Game book by Uwe, and that's called The Middle Game Parts 1 and 2. You might be able to find it like on online, you know, any kind of online book searching. There are other books probably, but nothing that I can think of that like really directly goes into coordination. So I think the Uwe book is probably the best, where he touches on that subject. The Middle Game Parts 1 and 2 by Uwe and Kramer. This is getting too political even for your tastes. Yeah. Yeah, discussing who you want to have a beer with is just way too political. Okay, guys, wow. Alright, one last game with Turkey Man. He's not giving up. Determined. Herman the Determined. Dude, you gotta resign already. You gotta resign. Come on. He's serious about this. He's seriously not gonna resign. You're killing me. White is winning chances, absolutely. I really like beer. Alright, I didn't like literally mean you gotta resign. I'm just feeling that right now. Thanks, Merlin the Wizard. So Chesstosterone, last game for today. Sorry for the other guys, but they weren't here when I announced them. Better time, next luck. Personal question. If you weren't playing chess, what would you be doing now? Eating lunch. You mean like playing chess as a career thing? Probably I would still not do poker because I'm broke. The problem with poker, I used to play online poker full time, but you need money for that. I've probably become... I don't know what I would do. If it wasn't for chess, I would probably go back to school and get my master's degree. Seriously. I was going to get my rook behind the pawn there, by the way, when he resigned. So he had a reason to resign. I mean, I was going to get the rook behind the pawn. It was over. With the last position. Eating lunch. Omega. Yeah, I should have ate lunch, but it's too late now. Let's play G6 against Chesstosterone. So I spent like 6 years playing poker and virtually no chess, Dim. I mean, I devoted a lot of my life between learning poker and playing poker full time was like a gradual thing. I started like in 2000, let's say, and kept going for 15 years. But it wasn't like I decided I'm going to be a poker player like one day. It just kind of grew into that, like slowly. Slowly I played less and less chess and just played poker full time online. But around 2015 I realized that it was becoming like too difficult, too frustrating, and I stopped. But if I had the time back, maybe I would say, okay, maybe I shouldn't have wasted a lot of years playing poker instead of chess. I don't know. It's easy to say woulda, shoulda, coulda, like this guy Jeegs was just saying. I mean, 95 now. I don't think I have to fear that. A little too simplified. Could you make more money? You make more money if you went back and got the psychology master's degree? Yeah, psychologists. No, I mean, it's not about money. They just asked what I would do. If you're asking me strictly what I would do to make money, it probably wouldn't be go back to graduate school and get a master's in psychology. Isn't exactly like the best way to make money. No, that's a different question, basically. All right, so F5. I like F5. That's the move we wanted to play anyway. Prime years devoted to competitive life. I agree. Yeah, you don't want to like. No reason to loathe on the past. I agree totally. But I don't know. I would probably go back and if I wasn't doing chess, I would go back and get a degree. Not about money, just to do something for satisfying career. You're thinking of doing a master's psychology. That's it's just something that interests me, like topic that interested me. It wasn't about I've never been a person who was overly concentrated only on making money. I mean, I obviously wouldn't have become a chess player if my main motivation was to make money. Not that I really planned it out, but Master of Public Administration is a good master's. Okay, so basically Testosterone lost some ground here. We've got a good game. Queen b6 perhaps. But I'm going to have to castle sooner or later. This is our last game for today, guys. We'll be back with a Sunday on Simul. Simul on Sunday. Yeah, we'll just castle. Black has a great game here. Yeah. My college roommate was studying accounting. I don't think he was too passionate about it either. Then he went on to law school. Alright. Queen b3. Being dyslexic today. Rook b8 is stronger. So we've got a very strong center. Excellent bishop on g7. We caught him with this weird g6 move. The Nisapianu variation. Grandmaster is better than Doctor. It sounds cooler, that's for sure. I agree, Asterbait. Unfortunately, I didn't get there either. Maybe if I hadn't played that, I would have, I don't know. Can I just swipe a pawn? I think we should go for it. The ultimate greedy move. Winning a pawn on b2. Grandmaster is like Supreme Court Justice. And I like beer too, so it's like perfect. You could have like the best of both worlds. I would be the ultimate. I would be like. So what's an international master, Asterbait? That's like a. It's like a state justice or something. So a step below the Supreme Court. Have you ever had a real job I love that question. No, I just play games like chess and poker. I never wanted a real job. State appointed attorney for juvenile court. That's funny. I laugh at the stupidest things when I'm tired. Alright, what are we gonna do? Get all our pieces in the game. Subtle moves. More subtle moves. Subtle Moose. That should be Saltigo's name. He's from Maine. There's a lot of moose up there, causing car accidents and whatnot. All of our pizzas are in the game. Does anyone have an Amazon Alexa? I mean, you know, Echo with Alexa. Has anyone ever used that to order pizza? I was just curious. This is the kind of stuff I think about when I get hungry. Would anyone admit to doing that? Bishop A6. All of our pizzas. Exactly. That's what I do, dude. When I'm hungry and I'm tired and I start having dyslexia. I'm curious to try to see if that actually works. Yeah. Would it get the order wrong? I want to try it for ordering pizza. See what happens. I want to call it Alexa too, right? It's not really, it's like called Echo or whatever. Like well, I guess it's Alexa. I don't know what you call it. It's so confusing. I was like, never mind. I forgot what I was going to say, but it's alright. Queen d6. Queen d6 and rook b4. Wait, what? There was something weird that happened the other day. Oh no. Testosterone got mated. That's weird. He must have gotten tired. It's better to discuss your pizza order with a trained pizza professional. Alright guys, we're out of here. Turkey Master got mated. I don't know. He was out a little bit, not paying attention there. Back rank, very classic. I'll see you guys later. Congratulations to Zen Chess for a nice win today. He's donated 1,500 plus bits for the day. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Dim also. Thanks everybody for subscribing and hanging out with me. We're going to be back on Sunday doing a live simul here for 20 plus players. I will see you guys then. Take care. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.